restaurants, crafting a financially healthy food service business. Kasey is the Chief Sparkle of Spark Business Consulting. I'm reading your bio you sent in, so don't shake your head. You wrote it. She is a mastermind behind Spark Business Consulting and the one who literally wrote the book on restaurant profits. Profits First for Restaurateurs. With a former life as a restaurateur in Boston and over 2 decades stirring the pot in the restaurant industry, she knows her way around the dining room and a balance sheet. So I promise that's it. That's all I'm going to read. And I would like to welcome up Miss Kasey Anton.
Ready? Reservations are sold out. They've been sold out for weeks. This is the night you've been waiting for. This is the night. This is the key to solving all, or some, of your financial woes, temporarily. Because this is the night you will make bank. Finally, you'll be able to get caught up on all those cranky vendors. You know the ones. Some might be here. The ones where you took their 7-day terms and you turned them into 27 or 37, 57-day terms. You'll be able to make payroll without breaking a sweat, maybe. Maybe even pay yourself something above minimum wage for the amount of time. Or maybe you can get that oven door fixed, or buy the new lowboy, paint the bathrooms, update the website, hire that new sous chef. Who knows? Because tonight is the night where you can finally breathe easy. But your new host no-called, no-showed, and now you're on phones that are ringing off the hook while also managing the entire setup of the restaurant. So, thanks, millennials. And your second produce delivery never showed up. The chef needs the shallots to finish the sauce for the special. The bar needs more limes. The produce place is now closed, so what are you gonna do? Gotta pull up a dishwasher, a prep cook, maybe a busser, send them to a local market to pay way too much money for these things, but hey, you need them. And then, you know what happens next. Everyone's hustling to finish the side work so they can finally sit down for family meal, get the specials. When that last perfectly polished wine glass gets set just on the edge of the bar, just over the now perfectly overflowing ice bin. Yeah, so that happened, but hey, at least it didn't happen in the middle of service, so crisis somewhat averted. All right, now it's showtime. Lights go down, music goes up, doors open, smiles wide. Let's get this party started. So, you're into the first seating. Going pretty well, I mean, as it usually does. A nice slow beach entry into the busy night ahead. When your VIP six-top shows up a little early for the reservation. And you know the ones. It's a couple. They come in all the time. They love to show off their restaurant to their friends and family. Expect absolute perfection and the full red carpet treatment, as they should. But on this particular night, the table they requested is not ready. It's actually not even close to being ready for them. So all you can really do is keep them situated at a overcrowded bar, maybe buy them a couple of drinks, and hopefully far enough away from where you are at the host desk so that the laser beams coming out of their eyeballs don't burn your face off as you try to avoid them until their table's ready. All right, so other than the VIP six-top debacle, things are going okay. I mean, there's always that guy or that lady that feels the need to complain about what? Like, what do people complain about these days? The temperature of the room is too high or too low. The lights are too low. The food portions are too big or too small. The wine pours are definitely too small. There's not enough nut-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegetarian, vegan, kosher offerings on your menu. It could be anything. But nothing you haven't heard about or dealt with before, so smooth sailing ahead. Now, you're into your second seating. You think things are going pretty well, and then you get word from the kitchen that the dishwasher is down. Not the person, the actual machine. The machine that just has literally one job to do, and it can't even do that tonight. Now, I've worked in a lot of restaurant kitchens in the first half of my life, and I know in every kitchen that I have ever worked in, there is always an amateur EMT and burn specialist, usually amateur electricians, plumbers, gas fitters, sprinkler techs. But on this particular night, your untrained, unlicensed amateur electrician slash plumber slash dishwasher technician, also known as your salad chef, does not have any time to come screw around with the dishwasher. So what are you gonna do? The chef is screaming for plates. The waiters are scrambling for dessert forks and spoons. The bar needs more glassware. What are you gonna do? I think that 3-bay sink is looking pretty good about now, but you better hope the health inspector doesn't show up for a surprise inspection, because you know that thing is never gonna pass. I mean, is it 10 parts per, or 100, 1,000 parts per million or something? I know when we used to have to use a 3-bay sink in my restaurant, we'd fill one compartment up with water and the next, I think it was up with bleach maybe, something like that. I don't know, I don't think we killed anybody, but you did what you had to do because you needed to have clean plates and the night must go on. All right, so now we're gonna approach toward the end of the evening. Tables are on dessert, checks have been dropped. You might be mentally tallying all the sales that you're bringing in tonight. Oof, it's gonna be a good one. When the computers go down, all of them. And you know what you need to do, at least I hope you know what you need to do. Which is when you go and you start unplugging everything, right? You go down to the mainframe in the office, every terminal, you unplug everything, then you count for like this random 16 seconds and you slowly plug them in one by one, hoping that they're going to like magically reboot up and just work time. But while you're screwing around with your computers, what's happening in your dining room right now? Your guests are trying to pay you and go home, and now they have to wait? I mean, it is way too late for them to be out tonight, at least the normal ones. They're drunk, stuffed, tired, they want to go home, and now they have to wait to pay you. That's not sitting well, but again, what are you gonna do? There's some technology magical wand you can wave and then everything boots up and it works? Like, no, right? When technology works, it's great. It's like magic. And when it doesn't, our worlds crumble. Especially if you're a teenager or a drunk, stuffed patron who just wants to go home, pretty much act the same. But on this particular night, the computers boot up, cards get swiped, tips are saved, and another night comes to a close. Lights go up, music comes down, some version of you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, gets shouted out. And that is the end. So, why do you think I started with the story? I started my presentation today with this story to illustrate to you that shit happens all the time, every day in the restaurant industry, and you make it work, and you do it better than anybody. And how do I know this? Well, when I sold my last restaurant back in 2007, I went into a completely different line of work, Spark Business Consulting, where I had this behind the scenes yet front row seat to how so many other businesses operate in all different industries. And they're very, very different beasts than restaurants. Has anyone ever had a clogged toilet in your restaurant? And when you did you just shut down, call and cancel your reservation, send the staff home? Then maybe, call a plumber or your landlord. Be like, hey, can you come fix this? And let me know when that's done, and I'll figure out when I'm gonna reopen again. Because I guarantee you that's what happens in other businesses. Toilet's not working? Oof. I guess we gotta go home then. Maybe we'll work remote. Or like not at all. People who work in restaurants wrote the book on making it work. And you do it better than anybody. And I'm telling you this because I know that what I'm about to teach you, to show you in my presentation, I know that it will not only be transformative for you and your business, and I know that's an overused word, but it works. It will be transformative for you and your businesses, but I also know that you can do it because you've done much harder things and you do them all the time.